I think I always made my mother uncomfortable. I like to feel, good, bad, happy, sad. I like feeling my life. But my mother, she liked routines. I could tell you what color socks she's wearing today. Me, I like adventure. Even as a baby. I got brought home Christmas Day. Surprise! A Capricorn baby. What a present. I just feel life, very intensely, and the emotions, it pours out of me, and I think that was always very difficult for my mother, She was a Cancer. My mother, of course. The biggest martyr in the world. She always used to say things like, I gave up my life for you kids, and this is what you do in return. Well, we always had food on the table, but it wasn't that huggy, lovey, kissy, sweetie pie thing, If she had any feelings, she sure was good at hiding them. So you can imagine she wasn't all that happy when I totaled her car. I was 18 and I was driving in Chinatown and somebody left-handed me and boom, T-boned. Well, when I went home, I was thinking that maybe my mom, might, I don't know, care. I knew it took a lot for her to get me that car, but my mom, she never yells, she just shuts down, and be there a tear in your eye or a disagreement in your voice. It's just go to your room till you're over it. Alone. No matter what. No. I don't think my mother liked being around me very much. So I ran away. A Capricorn, I'm telling you, I react quickly. I packed my things and ran away to Mexico with my boyfriend David. His grandma lived in Guadalajara, and I thought, that sounds exciting, So we hopped in the car with my dog Gemini. Oh, he was such a Gemini. And we drove to David's grandma's house, and Amatui was her name. Chuy comes from the female version of Jesus. Right. Well, she was another Cancer like my mom. But Amatui was different. She opened up her big house to me, filled with like wildflowers, and it smells like pine sol and fresh mesa. And it was always filled with family, Oh, but listen, I was expected to do a lot. I cook, clean, learn how to knit, I never learned that, I couldn't get enough of that life, Life everywhere. It was so different. And, yeah. Like, I gotta tell you this one thing. It was brilliant. Just down the street, they had what they call the tiendas. You know, it's an outdoor market where, you know, filled with like children running around and couples making out and balloons everywhere. And I went and I wanted to buy a soda, and everybody is saying like, no Coca-Cola, Sida, Sida, Sida. At the time, I guess there was this rumor that this man who worked on the Coca-Cola plant had fell into the soda, and and he had AIDS. Yeah. So nobody would buy Coca-Cola. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. Yeah. And then there was this other time. Chewy wanted to make enchiladas. So David and I, we go back to the tiendas and to get a chicken, right? And there was this stand there, and they had these cages of chicken, and they grabbed a chicken and boiled it in hot water, and then slit its neck, and then they start plucking the feathers off. I was like, my face was like, oh. But so we took it back. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna eat this chicken, right? But Chewy, she wanted me to start shredding its body. Well, someone had to shred it. I was being compliant, but I was like, I should have stayed in high school. I could have been at prom right now. Well, we got it on a plate, and it looked great. But I was like, I can't. And David, he told her that I was sick, you know, and sweet Chewy, she's all, eat it, you make you feel better. I had to get up and just hurl, and then the next day, she made me chicken soup to make me feel better. Oh, Mexico is like being inside a dream, just bursting with colors, you know. Everybody felt, you know, couples yelled and children cried and mothers, you know. Chewy, she scolded. Sometimes I'd stay up more often than I should, and oh boy, Chewy, with her broken English and my broken Spanish, well, we got into it once or twice. But, you know, she cared, you know. David and I got into a fight once, and she took me into a room with her and locked the door. And hugged me. You know, she was protective. You know, she always seemed to have my back. You know, it was like, yeah, she liked me. You know. So, yeah. I wish I could have stayed longer, you know. But it didn't last long with David. You know, I never let people go. But I let go. I wasn't in love with him, you know. Don't even know what sign he is. Probably an Aquarius. Pisces, maybe. Well, sweet Alma Chewy, she wanted to make sure I got to the airport, and she cried the whole way there. And she kept Gemini, the dog. A Cancer and a Gemini? Can you imagine? What a match! Yeah. I was nervous to come back home. Sure. I am mostly hopeful, you know. I was thinking that maybe my mother would have missed me, you know. I'd been a few months. And I got home, and I opened the door. And she was, you know, well, you know, my mother, she never yells. And I just felt like all the color just drain out of me. You know, it's like everything was just black and white again. And for her, you know, she never even said a peep. Just very even keel. You know, she was always like that. Yeah. She never expressed any emotions. Well, not to me, at least. So, yeah. Well, hey!